On Friday, August 5th, coaches and players representing the 23 high school football teams that made up the OAA were in attendance at Rochester High School for the 2016 Football Media Day. Each coach had an opportunity to introduce his star athletes to the press and talk about the upcoming season. Congratulations on putting another successful, great event this year.
Thank you very much. It's always easy when you have such great kids, and you've obviously got Hall of Fame coaches everywhere. But like I said, I think this is the premier conference in the entire state and deserves to have the spotlight on it.
When you look at a lot of other media days the last few years, a lot of media days went with just coaches. How important was it to get the players here?
Very important. I mean, this is the main reason that we put this function on. I just think back to, when I was a student athlete, and I would have loved to have an opportunity to have an experience like this, one you'll never forget. So first of all, this is about the student athlete before anyone else. So it's definitely was the number one thing.
Lake Orion varsity coach Chris Bell approached the podium with 6 of his players. He said he hopes to improve on last season's effort when the team went 4-5 overall and missed the playoffs.
I'm Chris Bell, head football coach at Lake Orion High School, entering my 19th season as a head coach here. I've got some tremendous student athletes along with me. I'll start at this end. I've got number 34 running back, senior Sean Wilson. Number 70, our center, one of the area's best long snappers, Jeff McCarty. Right here to my left, number 20, running back, Chris Wilson. On my right, running back, linebacker, Dan White. Next to him is linebacker, state champion powerlifter, Roger White. And on the end, I have Nick Novak, who's an offensive tackle, defensive tackle, and also a commitment to the Naval Academy. So we've got some great kids. It's been a different couple years at Lake Orion than what we're used to. We just haven't been very good, not to the standard that we have set for our program. These guys, fortunately, saw a lot of time, as a lot of our kids saw a lot of time last year. Those kids are returning. I've got an ornery group, a group that's worked very, very hard. What you're going to see out of us is it's a blue-collar football team, an old-fashioned Lake Orion football team, one that we've grown up with over the years, and we're really excited to get after it. We open up with Chip Valley down at Wayne State. Like everybody else, we're really excited to get rolling. We wish everybody the best of luck. Have the utmost respect for this league. We're talking during some of our preview shows and things we have to do. We talk about the competition, and when people hear the teams that we play and the level of competition that we have and the level of coaching, it says, welcome to the OAA. There's not a week off. So good luck to everybody. Wish you all the best. Thank you.
Lake Orion's in the OAA Red Division, which is made up of Stony Creek, Southfield A&T, Clarkston, Troy Athens, West Bloomfield, and crosstown rival Oxford. I had a chance to talk to some of these coaches about the 2016 season. What is your outlook this year with the Wildcats this year? Looking at the you got Romeo first, and then what's your outlook this year?
I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be very competitive, and like I said, we're going to have to take each day and work at it and get tougher, because that's our mentality. That's the kind of football we play. So. Our kids have had a great off season, like everybody in the room has had a great off season. But I think our coaches have to pick it up a little bit. I think I'm going to put a little onus on the coaches. They need to get it going and focus in and zoom in, be a little more intense.
We pretty much lost everybody on defense, but I've got a young, talented, fast, tenacious crew coming back. And then on offense, where last year we were very young and couldn't really move the ball that well, we have more of an experienced offense coming back. So I'm hoping the combination of a simple defense with athletic, aggressive kids on defense, and then a more of a veteran crew coming back in offense that will challenge.
When you look at this team this year, a lot of questions linger with Stony Creek. Of course, line play is a huge concern, but what's your thoughts heading into the year?
Well, I just think we have to make people play our game. I just don't want to get into physical battles with some of the teams. Every team in the MAC, in the Red, Oakland A Red, is bigger than us. And so physically, I don't want to go head to head. I want to spread the field out and make them play a wide open football game. So I think that's the biggest part right now.
We're in the transition of learning how to win in the playoffs. We figured out how to get to the playoffs. Now that next step. 2 years ago we had an early second round exit against Wall Lake Central. Last year we came in as the number 1 seeded Division I team in the playoffs and lost to the last team that got in. And a lot of that is inexperience on my part. and it's inexperience on our players because we weren't ready. We weren't ready for that. And now our focal point in the offseason has been, developing our kids for that moment. So if we're fortunate and blessed to get to the playoffs this year, I think we'll be ready, and we won't be nervous or blink like we did last year.
And we got the players of Southfield Arts and Tech, of course, the newly merged Southfield and Southfield Lathrop team, of course. And what's your thoughts heading into the year, Coach?
We're excited just to have something new, something that brings our community together instead of it being Southfield and then Southfield Lathrop, something that brings the community together as a whole. We're excited on the football end because it's just an abundance of talent and it's an abundance of participation. In our program, we have over 170 kids right now, and 76 are on varsity. So that just gives us an opportunity to not only showcase a lot of our talent inside of the district, but also to give these young men an opportunity to represent their community and have success. We think that both schools individually would have been very good this season with the number of starters and 2 playoff teams combining, but now bringing them together is just amazing.
Of course, some coaches around the area are very optimistic heading into the season. But when you look at a team like Lake Orion, a team that's been trying to transition after having 2 rough seasons, the expectation of Lake Orion, Coach Chris Bell, is going to be very important. Of course, the Dragons will be competing this year in the OAA Red Division with Troy Athens, West Bloomfield, Southfield, Arts and Tech, Stony Creek, Oxford, and Clarkston. Of course, the expectations for this team is can Lake Orion turn it around this season. For ONTV News, I'm Sammy Taormina from Rochester High School.